So I kind of decided to start a bit of content mainly revolving around my experience with borderline personality disorder, aka BPD. When I was 16, I attempted suicide the first time and only time, but I was committed, and I spent a week there at the place that I was put in, and one day, for about an hour, I went and talked to a psychiatrist. The time that I talked to that psychiatrist, they diagnosed me with severe depression, severe anxiety, and bipolar disorder. Within like 5 minutes, they had told me that they were suspicious of bipolar disorder. I had never heard of it, never thought of it. I had heard of it once, and that was like a really not so good guy. But, other than that, I hadn't heard of it anywhere else. That being said, I was a little taken back, especially for a 16-year-old, kind of confused and not quite sure what was going on with her. I always knew something wasn't quite right up here, like upstairs, but I just never could understand what it was that was wrong with me. Well, now I am 21, haven't attempted suicide since. I have seen lots of therapists, and this is my first time officially seeing a psychiatrist. Within 2 days of seeing my psychiatrist, she has officially undiagnosed me of bipolar disorder and has officially diagnosed me with borderline personality disorder, which honestly made an incredibly huge difference. I knew something wasn't right, and I always felt kind of dead inside, like I was floating outside my body. And I always had this disconnection with people that I couldn't explain, and I just always felt like something wasn't right with me emotionally, mentally, and I could never explain it. That is until she explained to me all of the symptoms and signs of borderline personality disorder. And let me tell you, I fell under every single one. And it's actually a very common misdiagnosis to be called bipolar, because that's a very common thing that people do. They look at a couple things and they're like, oh, that's borderline, that's, bipolar disorder. They very rarely actually look at the possibility of borderline personality disorder. So I'm going to take this journey and allow TikTok to kind of join me. And if anybody has any questions or things that they'd like to know, I'm more than willing to answer them and kind of just to help people who have family members or who are new to the whole borderline personality disorder like I am kind of come on a journey with me. Have a better understanding. Love y'all.